The British government's naff attempt to deal with uncontrolled immigration has been an absolute shambles. You mean the same government that literally provides a taxi service for illegal boat migrants, incentivising them to come here from France and rewarding criminal people smugglers before putting them up in hotels at taxpayer expense, is completely useless when it comes to trying to deport them? Wow, who could have foreseen that? Thanks to mobs of protesters and activist judges, the first flight of illegal migrants being deported to Rwanda was whittled down to just a handful. Then, thanks to an intervention by the European Court of Human Rights, the plane didn't take off at all. The European Court of Human Rights? But I thought we'd voted to leave the European Union. Doesn't matter, we're still taking orders from them. It's an absolute farce. This is the same Tory government that locked down the entire population of the country overnight with no legal hurdles whatsoever. Yet when it comes to deporting a single migrant, they're rendered completely impotent. Where were all those activist judges in March 2020 when Brits were placed under de facto house arrest? They're more interested in protecting the rights of illegal migrants who broke the law to get here than the rights of actual British citizens. Case in point, while economic migrants fleeing the war-torn country of France are treated like royalty because of activist judges, British citizens are being thrown in prison for sharing edgy memes. No, this is not a Babylon Bee story. A man was actually given 20 weeks in prison by a judge for posting offensive George Floyd memes in private chat groups. Absolute unmitigated weapons-grade clown world. Priti Patel says critics have no alternative proposals to deal with uncontrolled immigration. Here's a proposal. Stop rolling out the red carpet for them in the first place. Italy's Matteo Salvini halved the number of migrant deaths at sea by vowing to turn the boats back. It saves migrant lives, and it saves the lives of Westerners, lest we forget. The Manchester Arena bomber was literally rescued as a refugee by our Royal Navy. And despite numerous police officers and security guards witnessing his overtly suspicious behaviour, they refused to stop him for fear of being called racist. Shortly after, he blew himself up, killing 23 and injuring over 1,000 people, many of them children. Now our pathetic government is being bullied into submission by far-left protesters, the EU and activist judges for fear of being called racist. Having handed Rwanda 120 million quid up front as part of this genius plan, nearly 1,000 boat migrants have arrived in Britain since Sunday alone, while they failed to deport a single migrant to Rwanda. Again, almost all of them young men, economic migrants coming from France, a safe country, to the benefits haven of Great Britain. Now the migrants who are supposed to be deported to Rwanda have been set loose in the community. By the end of the year, if nothing changes, 100,000 boat migrants are expected to enter Britain. While they continue to be looked after in hotels or huge numbers of them dumped on tiny villages like Linton-on-Ouse, just grow a frigging spine and enforce the law. How hard can it be? To get exclusive content, early access, behind-the-scenes stuff, and to personally interact with me, please sign up for my community at pauljosephwatson.locals.com. Link in description, and thank you for your generous support.